In this video, we will see about the trend patterns. The trend patterns are mainly divided into two types: continuation and reversal. So if the market is moving up, then what are the symptoms for the market to top out? If the market is moving, so what are the symptoms for the market to continue? So based upon the patterns what we are going to discuss, we can judge whether the market will top out or whether the market will continue. So two types of patterns are there: reversal and continuation. So first we will see the reversal pattern. The reversal patterns in the technical analysis are head and shoulder, rising wedge, falling wedge, broadening triangles. These are all the reversal patterns. So how to see them? First we will go one by one. So first pattern what we are going to study is head and shoulder pattern. What happens in the head and shoulder patterns? Let me explain you. Head and shoulders patterns is a technical indicator with a chart pattern described by 3 peaks. This is a standard definition. There can be more than 3 peaks, where the middle one is the head. This is the head, and these are the two shoulders. So it can be like there can be many shoulders also. They are connected by the neckline, and when the neckline get broken, that shows that this is a reversal pattern. Generally, when the breakout happens, it should follow with a volume, so that pattern has a significant importance. So it predicts the bullish and bearish trend reversal. So if it happens, the head and shoulder pattern at the end of the wave, it is a signal that the market will come out. If it happens at the end of the wave and this is called as inverted head and shoulder, then that is a signal the market will go up. So is believed to be the one of the most reliable pattern, having an accuracy of 75%. So let me show you with the examples how this head and shoulder pattern is formed. So for example, let the market to move up. Now after moving up, it may happen market may form like this structure. So at the end of the move, if this trend line get broken, then and it is followed by a volume, then we expect minimum this much distance, at least from where the neckline is broken, this much distance the market will travel, and this is nothing but a head and shoulder pattern. Now there are many complexity arises in the live market. There may arise a case wherein you will find the multiple shoulders and one head. Even this pattern has a importance, but the neckline should connect, and when the breakout happens, this should happen with a heavy volume. Now it is necessary that the volume is there, and the second condition, it should be at the top after the extended long move. If the extended long move is not there, then the importance of this patterns is not that much high. So at the end of the wave, if you find such a pattern and necklines get broken with a volume, then a pattern which is formed is nothing but a head and shoulder pattern, and you can expect a good reversal from the neckline getting broken up. Now let me take you through inverted head and shoulder pattern. Inverted head and shoulder patterns happens at the end of the wave. So inverted head and shoulder pattern is supposed to be seen at the end of the wave. So suppose, for example, the market is making lower top and lower bottom, and then the next top is made in this fashion, and when this necklines what we joins get broken, this point with the volume, if the market moves up, this is nothing but an inverted head and shoulder pattern, and the head and shoulder pattern should happen at the end of the wave. And if such a condition is formed and there is a volume in this area, we expect this pattern will have its importance, will have its significance, and the market will tend to move high from here. So this is nothing but a inverted head and shoulder pattern. The complex inverted head and shoulder pattern can have more than 2 shoulder or 3 shoulder. It is not necessary the length of the shoulder will be exactly the same. There can be some variation, but make sure the variation is the shoulders are not more than of the head. Then that pattern is not a head and shoulder or the inverted head and shoulder pattern. So this was regarding theory. Let us see few examples on the chart. So this is the chart and I have opened a few chart. Now you see here, this is a prolonged move, and here the market has clearly formed the head and shoulder pattern. And when this got broken, there has to be, because this seems to be a runaway gap, that's what we have seen, and then the market falls drastically. So similarly, now this here also the head and shoulder pattern has formed, but this has not significant importance because it is not at the top of the market. So this is the way the head and shoulder patterns is formed. Now after a prolonged down move, we find here again the inverted head and shoulder pattern, and we expect the minimum, the up move will be of this length from here to here till this here. This is a very classic example of the inverted head and shoulder pattern where the volume is also high. So this will have a significant importance and market will rise from this point. Again, this is a head and shoulder pattern with a volume. So this is also the inverted head and shoulder pattern, and it will have its importance. Now after the prolonged up move, that is here, we find this is a shoulder, this is a head, this is a shoulder, and the the head and shoulder patterns is formed at the top, and when it gets broken, the market falls. So these are the examples of the head and shoulder pattern. Make sure you see the head and shoulder pattern only at the end of the wave, and it is not necessary all the head and all the shoulders will be of same symmetrical. There some symmetricalness is allowed. The only thing is this region, when it gets break, it should followed by a volume. Then the importance or the significance of that head and shoulder pattern is great, and you can take some trade here. So let us see if we find some head and shoulder pattern. So this is also a head and shoulder pattern. The more the shoulder, the more is the chance. It is not the more are the chances the market will fall. The intensity of that patterns get reduced. So make sure the number of shoulders are less, and then the intensity of that pattern or the importance of that pattern is there. This is again inverted head and shoulder pattern happened at the end of the wave, and the market rises. And now this is not a head and shoulder pattern, though it seems to be a head and shoulder pattern and it followed by a fall. It has not happened at the bottom, so we will not consider this as a pattern. Now this is a head and shoulder pattern. It is the end of the wave. This is a shoulder, this is a head, again this is a shoulder, and here the volume in this area is high. That means the pattern will have a significant importance. Again, this is a shoulder, head, shoulder, and when it gets broken, the market falls. Again, it is at the top, then that's why it has a significant importance. So I have shown you many examples. This is a shoulder, head, shoulder, and this get broken, then the market rises. So this is very important, and to study this pattern. And at the end of the prolonged up move, if such a pattern happens, then it has the importance, and the market tends to fall or rise based on the patterns what we have seen. So this was regarding the head and shoulder. We will take few more example. Let us see on some other chart. This was Tata Steel. Let us see on Reliance. Do we find the head and shoulder pattern? So let us go behind and see whether we are getting the head and shoulder pattern at the top. perfect head and shoulder pattern we found here. This is shoulder, this is head, this is shoulder, got broken, and the volume is also high. So this has a importance. From this area market will fall. This is a perfect head and shoulder pattern, and this is a perfect inverted head and shoulder pattern, wherein this is a shoulder, this is a head, this is a shoulder, and it gets broken and the market move up. Again, this is a perfect inverted head and shoulder pattern. This is a perfect head and shoulder pattern. This is shoulder, this is head, this is shoulder, followed by the breaking of the neckline. So market reverse. Again, this is a inverted head and shoulder pattern. So at the top, make sure you are seeing the head and shoulder pattern at the top. So this was regarding, guys, head and shoulder and inverted head and shoulder. In the next video, we will see the next continuation pattern, that is falling wedge and rising wedge. Thank you.